These are topics that I often steer away from because they cause debates, they cause nastiness, they cause disarray. But I'm gonna let you listen in on the debate that's going on right now. It's a religious debate. Some woman who, I take it that she's Christian, believes in God, believes that God is a He. And this particular channel debates this. It's so cute. It reminds me of when I was like 20 years old in my 20s, getting into these little debates and reading books on the wisdom in the Bible, New Testament wisdom and stuff. Really heavy into my Manly P. Hall books, man. Just incredible. Also, I think I know I had a book by Dr. York called The Sons of Canaan. I like the way he had like dissected everything in a book and shit like that. And that's what I have. This is where I have learned my skills of like reading and dissecting literature and all that type of stuff. This is like the foundation of myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and we're gonna get into it.
I don't want to drop you. This shit is fun. I'm having fun.
You're good.
We love it. We love it.
You did the
breakfast. This is breakfast.
Do me the courtesy.
This is breakfast.
So sad. Y'all not even on topic no more. That's how.
No.
How strong my spirit is.
You got a big house. You got a big house, and God ain't blessed you with no furniture for that motherfucker. You ain't got no walls. You ain't got no curtains. You ain't got nothing on the walls in that bitch.
Because okay, 3 say.
Hold on, don't mute her.
Okay.
I lie down and I sleep. Go ahead, drop me. It's not gonna hurt me.
Girl, nobody ain't gonna drop you.
Like begging to get dropped is fucking ridiculous.
I will not fear.
That's some weird ass shit. Begging to get dropped is weird as fuck. It's about as weird as your ass changing your PFP and coming back.
No, you
change the name of the song. Instead of wipe me down, we gonna call it let me down. Let me down.
The other guy, why did you drop him?
Let me down.
Why you drop him?
Is this like some new salvation for y'all?
Rude, because you're rude.
Is this some new salvation for y'all?
Be rude to me.
Is this some new martyrdom for y'all?
10 of thousands
to get dropped by Thinker
are on every side of me.
Is this some new martyrdom? Then why didn't they help you with your motherfucking wig? Huh? You had 10,000 on every side, but neither one of them helped you lay that motherfucker when you tried the first time.
It's giving ADHD.
Neither one of them whispered in your ear and said, "Don't change that shit, girl. Fuck them. We ain't."
I told you that was my first time putting a wig on, and I think I did a good job for the very first time. But get back on topic and get off my picture because it's not even there anymore. You're talking about something in the past.
How come your God didn't tell you, fuck them, your hair look good, leave your picture? How come your God ain't whisper that in your fucking ear?
That part. That's that part.
Because I'm stronger than your motherfucking God. I'm a stranger made you go change your fucking profile picture.
Because you was
that part.
No, bitch, because I was giving you the blues. I was giving you the blues with that fucking cocked over to the left ass wig you had on.
So you can talk about them.
No,
that
shouldn't be your weakness. Why should that be your weakness if you
find something bad to say about someone? That's
you
what
proud of
I'm
it.
saying. Get with the program. Read between the lines.
Ain't
you trying to find something to say negative about a person because you can't get right on the Spirit of God that dwells inside of you, and you will never ever.
Your Spirit of God is weak.
You will not.
Your devil, your God bowed down to the devil and fuck. Your God bowed down to the devil and fuck Job's life up. Your God couldn't rescue y'all from sin, so he sacrificed himself or his son to a devil. And your motherfucking ass couldn't lay your wig right, and you started crying because Lord's called you soursop pussy and talked about your wig, and you went and changed your PFP, just like your weak ass God. You got the same spirit as your weak ass God.
I just wanted you to know that you thought you was cursing. There is a higher level. I could teach you how to curse a bitch out. You want to learn? I could teach you how to curse a bitch out. Because I'm an old hoe before political correctness. I
Be
could teach you how to cuss a bitch out. It ain't gonna be nice, but you can make them hoes change their PFP.
Y'all talk about this God giving y'all power, and you walking around here letting people get into your head like that.
Ain't nobody getting.
Yes, she did. She got in your head, and you went and changed your PFP and came back like you did something and brought your motherfucking ass on stage with that shit. That's some weak ass shit.
So you could come back and holler. For what? You did the same. You didn't do nothing. You just did the same shit you did before. So you can come back and holler. For what? It don't make no difference. If you want to talk about one of the topics on the thing, talk about one of the topics on the thing. Don't holler at us about your God, because all that hollering don't do nothing. You want to have an intelligent conversation about the topics. Let's do it.
Thank y'all for 500K. Thank you, Christina.
Exactly. It is this right here that I've been watching. And it's just this extremity, right? Delusion, disillusionment that continues to happen. And it is this mindset right here that I have come to see that is a problem. It is a major fucking problem, okay? And I'm saying this because you sit here and here we have, I sat down and I read the executive orders yesterday. Because I like to do my own research. I don't like to go by what people say, because people have to put their, news reports out there. People have to put out their own thoughts and their ways for people to click on their page and stuff like that. And I'm like, let me just go ahead and look this up for myself, right? And so what happened as I did this, right? What happened is I realized that people are over exaggerating what's going on out here. People are not really reading what's going on out here, especially what's going on, meaning what President Trump is doing. Because what I'm peeping is that President Trump is doing what he's doing, and the Vice President J.D. Vance, whatever J.D. last name is doing what he's doing. Now, I haven't taken the time to listen to J.D. Interesting, last night, I ended up playing something with Trump that was live, and I thought that it was something that was like something new. And as I listened to it, I was like, oh yeah, this is his speech from inauguration. You know what I'm saying? And so I still listened to it thoroughly. And for some reason, it rewinded back. And that was happening during most of the lives I was listening to yesterday between him and the other lady Naomi, however you pronounce her name, Naomi, the one who was in charge of the ICE operations. And the woman in charge of the ICE operations, she was like saying how, they played the country music for her introduction and everything. And then she began to get, how it always starts emotional. She got into her life, how her dad is a cowboy, and how he always said, she grew up on a farm, and how he always said, get up because people die in the bed. And I was like, yeah, your dad's right about that. Because that's like something that I say all the time. I don't like to sleep too long. I don't like to be in the bed too long. If I have to rest, then I will rest. But as far as being in that bed too long, I don't like to be in the bed unless I need to be. You see what I'm saying? But something about it, I was in the shower listening to it. It kept rewinding back. And I was like, why does it sound like she said this before? It kept rewinding back. I don't know what was going on with the lives. And the same thing happened with Trump. And I'm like, this must be on purpose, or there must be something I need to listen to. And she was speaking about how, her credentials, her accolades and stuff. And she was saying how it's important that you know, people have the skills and the experience to do the work that they do. And again, I'm going to go back and listen to that. I may play that live for us all to listen to and really hear what she said. I need to start writing stuff down. Like, I need to start writing this stuff down, seriously. But this is what I peeped. So let's get to the topic. I noticed that, you know, they did pray for her and all this kind of stuff because now Christians can practice their religion and all that freely. I never knew that they couldn't, but here we are. And I noticed when I listen to Black people, there's something intricate that I see. We have Black immigrants being deported. We have Black immigrants who are very anti-Black and do not associate with Black Americans to separate themselves. Those of us from northeastern states, those of us from the West Coast, we understand this lifestyle and level of thinking. Other people in other places, such as the South and Midwest, they're not really open and knowing that kind of lifestyle. And that's why when they are open to people from this kind of lifestyle, they're very upset. They're very demanding. Like, you're Black. What do you mean you're Dominican and you're not Black? You're Black. You're Haitian. What do you mean you're Haitian and you're not Black? You're Black. They don't understand culture. They don't understand that I'm American, I'm Dominican, I'm Cuban. You see, a Puerto Rican, I'm Mexican. They don't understand how the culture of the people work. I watched a documentary once of Cuba, and they was talking about the separatism in Cuba. And they were like, no, we're all Cuban. Like, it doesn't matter what our skin tone is. We're all Cuban. This is how people in other cultures think. America is just now starting to develop some type of American unity and understanding of just the entire race is America. Do you get what I'm saying? The entire foundation and heritage of you is American, even though some of us, our heritage may come from the Caribbean, such as myself, but still raised in America. Never been to the island a day in my life. Okay, America. Now, so all these people praying and the first should be last and the last should be first. Why is this so delusional? Why is this boycott so delusional? Why is everyone disillusioning themselves in Black culture? Because Black culture itself is a delusion. Because you're sitting here and you're planning something that affected your own people. You're sitting here and you're planning something that you have no power. I'll explain. I'll turn down my damn heat. Jeez. This is some good ass heat in here. You're sitting here and you boycott something like Target. When Target has damn near over 20 Black businesses inside the store, affecting those Black businesses all because of DEI. Now, if anybody knows Target, I call it the baby mama job. Okay. That is the woman, that is the most. There's a whole list of hood jobs. It's Target, it's the airport, it's, you can even somewhat say a CVS. You can say Century 21. It's a whole meme on it. Okay. So there had to be some kind of threat on Target to do that, because Target is DEI. You know, these jobs are DEI because, you know, yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. So therefore, they affected other Black businesses. Then they say, well, let's all come together and build just a Black industry, or a Black grocery store, or build, you know, just a place where all these Black businesses can just come together. That has been a talk for years. And y'all been having that conversation before I was born. And it still has not happened. Let's get into something. We live in a patriarch. Okay? And quoting somebody here, she stated that your gender is your status. So to be male is a status in the patriarch, meaning that a male can go talk to other males and build something in the community. Whether it's something for an after school program, whether it's something to build an all boys school, they're going to get some support. As a matter of fact, they may get a lot of support if they connect with the right people. But that's not what they do in these communities. This is not what they build in the community. The Black male is responsible. He is supposed to have all of this built and intact for the culture of people. His barbershop, what is that going to do? His clothes store, what is that going to do? His having the children clean up the neighborhood, what the fuck is that really going to do? The reality is this. The Black male has no capacity to build these things. He doesn't have the capacity to even think how to do it. Why has it taken your precious Umar to get this boys' school going when he was given an entire school when he was in Texas? I personally feel like he's a distraction. I personally feel like Umar is a what y'all call agent. I call them distractions in the community. I really do. I think he's a mockery of the community as well. I don't listen to him, but I am aware when he was building that boys' school. I watched the live with Lennon, and he talked about it, and he was laughing at him. He's still laughing at him. Because I had crossed paths with one of his lives, and he was cracking up at him, okay? I was like, yeah, same old, same old. What do y'all think prayer is going to do at this moment? Y'all really think that that's going to do something? Y'all think y'all going to pray away Donald Trump in the office? Y'all going to pray away JD? This is something y'all did. The Black males voted 80% for this man. The divested Black women voted for this man. Give or take, he was the best candidate compared to Kamala. I won't deny that. I only voted for Kamala because I knew what was coming. I was like, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about these women and children. You have to understand, I prepped my life for moments for this coming time. And I'm thankful that I did. Because whatever I felt sitting down in that living room, I said, there's something coming down the pipeline in New York City, and I don't want to fucking be here. And I'm just thankful for every fucking thing and how it happened and how it manifested. The only thing, if I could go back and do, was I should have worked out more. I should have lifted more weights. I should have kept consistency with that. Because I would have been nice and built right now. That's the only little thing that I wish I did. But guess what? I could still go do that, right? That's not nothing that's hard to do, right? I'm definitely, I can say this because I know I'm doing it. I'm definitely going to build a gym, a weight gym up in here in this space. I have to go look and price some things, make a wish list or whatever so I can see how much it's going to be to invest into that, because I know I want to walk and jog and stuff, but I feel like I need to be lifting some weights. I actually like lifting weights. I like the way it feels. I like the results of lifting the weights. I like taking the drinks and eating a certain way to lift the weights. You know, I just want to shape up my body, you know, and I'm more happy because now I have a little bit more weight on my body. So it's like it feels more good to lift weights. Listen, your prayers ain't going to work, people. It's time to get grounded and face reality. Have y'all not realized that all of this religious stuff has been given to you? Because it's so deep. Because I've read books on so much religious practices throughout my years. And all of them, most of them, And I sit back and I would read these books, and some of these things I didn't agree with. And I'm like, it's patriarchal. And who wrote this? Who can confirm this? And why is it written like this? You know? And this is something with my age. This is like, I'm starting to realize, like, white supremacy is not a broken system. It is the system. Whether you think it's broken or whatever, it is the system. And it's set up the way that it is. And a smart way is to understand how to work the white supremacy system. You cannot knock power. I have respect for powerful people, truly powerful people. To sit here, be a boomer, white male as the president twice, and beat 2 women, a white woman that's a boomer as well, and a black woman who is of Caribbean, West Indian, and East Indian descent. Okay? Kamala was playing too much. And that's the worst side of Libra. When we have to be serious, we learn, the mature Libra learns it's time to be serious. But you know why she was playing? Because she did not take Black culture serious. And I have found myself on plan now. Am I still on? Okay. I might have to get off this microphone. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I forgot. I have to always get this thing plugged out before I start up. And I'm going to go ahead and play this a little bit more. And I'll be back. Damn, are they still live? Damn. I guess they not live anymore or something, or it's just not loading up. Damn, that's fucked up. Let me see, can I refresh it? It don't even matter at this point. Oh boy, 1 second, y'all. Computer moving really, really slow right now, and I do not know why. I don't have the phone near the computer, so it don't matter. I'm not. Okay. Here's the thing, okay? White supremacy has shown, going back to Trump beating the 2 women, having this man who wrote Project 2025, having everybody shaking in their boots. There's a lot of threats going on in Project 2025. And it's very radical. And the thing about it is, these are the 2 males that are sitting here right now in office. And then you sit here and white supremacy is so good at using people against each other. They're so good at helping everybody else fight everybody else. White supremacy is so good at showing you I'm Mr. Big Dick. Yeah, you black males got them big old dick statues and you call yourself BBC. But I got pills to make my dick bigger. I got pumps to still make my dick bigger. And I got BWC. You know, now I could take over you. They just got ways of doing shit. Yeah, you know, you Mr. Whatever. But white supremacy is so good. I have made your women hate you that they're about to come on this side and you guys are going to be extinct. And I'm still going to use you in this white supremacist world, the ones of you that's still here, for whatever reason I'm going to use you for, and then toss you away as I need to. White supremacy is clever. It's fucking clever. It's so good at breaking people. It's so good at making people feel like, why the fuck do I exist? Why am I here? Why was I born in the skin that I was? Fuck it. I'll come over here to white supremacy. This is where it's at. White supremacy is so good at that. You can't knock that power that it has. It seduces. It manipulates. It does hypnosis, kamikaze mind control, MK Ultra. It keeps going on and on and on with all the things that it does. And it has its leverage and it has its people that just be on its side. Because I don't know if you can tell. These people are fleeing their country because of the conditions of their country. Therefore, it's the conditions of their presidents and their governments and their ministers or whoever the fuck is running their country, and they're coming here to America to have a new life, that they can come here and brag about their new life. My great nan can come here and say, they treat us in Cuba so bad. I need to be here to just live. And she still died. White supremacists are so good at getting your vote and telling you in your face, this is what the fuck I'm gonna do to you. And I'm only gonna do this to the illegals and the criminals and this and that. Get you riled up with these words and not have you think, not have you really listen to what he said. Sidebar, I remember before he became the president, I knew he was. I told an immigrant at my job, I said, you better vote for Hillary. Oh shit, what the fuck her name? Harris. That's funny, Hillary Harris. I said, because you know they're gonna deport immigrants. And it's not gonna matter if you're a criminal or not. Even if your mother birthed you here, if she don't have her citizenship, you're gonna be out of here. I said that shit. A co-worker's my witness. And I know I feel like that person went and voted for Trump. I really do. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. And people were celebrating. And then they found out they wasn't safe. And then everybody fighting each other. Everybody attacking the black woman who voted for Kamala. Wouldn't it make more sense to yell at the black male who voted for Trump? Why are you coming for the black woman? White supremacy is clever. It's like this situation, this experience is like, okay, black woman, are you going to wake up and realize how much everybody hates you? Are you going to wake up and realize how powerful you are, how everybody's been depending on you and how you've been the mule for all these years? Are you going to wake up and see that the white male, even in slavery, had made you his ally so much that when he had children with you, your children were free? So do you want to be free? Or do you want to continue in this? And y'all sitting here preaching and praying and all of this shit and what you have found and what life, what you discovered with life and all this type shit. I heard a male yesterday say some bullshit about the woman and the lion. I'm like, damn, that's the strength tarot card, but let me hear this. And he goes, the woman is Babylon and the lion is the system, and she upholds the system. And I'm like, okay, what woman are we talking about, sir? What the fuck women are we talking about? Are you talking about the black woman, the white woman? Who are you talking about is holding up the system? This is what he said. I wish I could I saved it too. And I was like, so are you saying that all of this is woman's fault, huh? Oh, y'all not listening to this? Nigga, I listened to everything you said. And this type of mentality is the problem. That's a very weak mentality. Go to Stoicism. You sit here and you blaming women, and these mammies are blaming women. Listen, you can't get mad at someone's intelligence. You can't get mad at someone recognizing a system and working through that system. You can't get mad at someone being young and making a very young mistake, because see, all of this shit is a cult in Black culture. It's a culture problem. It's a whole problem in the patriarchy period. But let's just get to the pinpoint of this. And then she ends up in a situation where she's abandoned. We all know what happens to beautiful, spontaneous, free-spirited women. These Black males love to try to break her down. These Black males love to make sure she looks like she's nothing. That is a part of their humiliation ritual when being with them. Let's not play these games. And I don't trust none of you mammies with a dusty ass nigga. I don't trust your love. I don't trust your happiness. I don't trust anything y'all say about your relationships. Because y'all are liars. And y'all lie to yourself and y'all disillusion yourself. In the same way y'all disillusioning yourself with all this prayer and the first should be last and the last should be first. I hear this at work all the time. I don't say shit. I just listen. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all niggas is the last. Y'all never was first, and y'all niggas gonna remain last. And that's the reality of white supremacy. Now that the immigrants are moved out the way, Black people, now that the immigrants are no longer in the job, Black people, what are you gonna do? I only saw one light-skinned guy say, it was so hard for me to get a job. I just got me a construction job on site. Why didn't a lot of y'all go out there to get a job? Shit, why didn't your local homeless motherfucker, bum, go out there and jump on a job? Like, damn, you can go do something. They done shit. You can go work on the field. It ain't gonna kill you. What else you doing? You homeless. You a bum. At least you can go do something and really make some money. And the thing is, if people know that you're in that condition and you're working for them, believe it or not, some people will actually help you out. I've seen it, especially if you're a male. You're sitting here and it's like, it's laughable, you know? It's like their white supremacy is so good at making you, like, first of all, why are y'all still talking about Africa? Why are y'all still doing this African Black diaspora shit when it's clear in your face that shit is an illusion? Why y'all still talking about this shit? And why are y'all going to Africa? And what are y'all doing over there when you have a country over here that you come from? Africa should be the people that we do not fuck with. Is it Africans that was not the fault of all this shit? So why are we fucking with Africa? Shit, why are we even fucking with Egypt? You see, they had sponsorships for people to go to Egypt. Now it makes sense that it wasn't that much to go to Egypt. I think they said it was like 1 to 2 stacks to go to Egypt. It ain't even that much as people were saying. Why are y'all fucking with them? Black culture looks weak. Okay? Black culture is always laughing and joking about shit. Everything's always fucking funny. I don't think it's funny that there's no more Section 8. Section 8 has people in nice apartments right now. Section 8 is what's helping people right now be able to live. I done got, you know how many times I got rejected in my 20s for Section 8? I said, fuck Section 8. I don't even want it no more. Just pay my bills and live the way I lived. There are people that really need help with food stamps. We don't want to take that away because you know what's going to happen if people can't eat. Do you know the aggression, the violence that's going to come if people cannot eat, cannot feed themselves, cannot find a way to eat or feed their children? That's dangerous. No one's thinking about this. And y'all sitting here, oh, the poor federal workers, the poor people who worked hard to, you know, poor people as in like sympathy, like who worked hard to have what they have, to get their city job and establish what they established, to all be let go right now. Damn, y'all just laughing at just laughing in the face of these people. What do y'all think the results of this is going to be for you in the next 4 years? I'm looking at this though, because see, I know that this world is wicked. I know people in this world is fucked up. Okay, that has raising yourself in this world, going out in these streets, baby, you begin to see like, ooh, this world is very fucked up. Now, let's keep it moving. Now, practice what you want to practice. I get it. But I'm talking about the people who's doing all this prayer shit and all this shit during these hard goddamn times. And I mean, for me, life is still going on for me. Life is still going on for me. I'm laying low. I'm staying out the way. I'm manifesting and doing what it is that I need to do. I'm making things in my life happen that I need to make happen. Okay? I don't have time for the fuckery. All right, hold on. Did I make a mistake Did I make a mistake? Oh shit, I made a big mistake. Yeah, hold on, y'all. Let me see. I'm trying to find this quote. Got it. I found it.
60 with the fleet.
Listen
right?
to this.
So this is why they think Babylon is a system. Babylon is not a system. Babylon, the Bible tells you, is the woman that rides the beast. She is Babylon. She controls the system. She is Babylon. The beast is the system that she has put in place with her allies to dominate you. And the beast is global. And the beast is this economic system and this political alliance among Western powers. That's the beast. The beast is not the woman. That's why the woman is going to be destroyed, not the beast. The woman is going to be destroyed by her allies.
Do you see the brainwashing in this? This is the problem, Black woman, because you listen to this foolery, this loser, this nobody, talking on a microphone behind a Huey goddamn avatar, right? First of all, Ain't no black woman that's a divested black woman being destroyed by no allies. The white woman damn sure is not being destroyed by her allies. She voted right beside the white male. But we talking about black women and women of color here. When the black woman is a divested black woman from everything in black culture, her life is better. Look at Eve. The problem with Eve is she needs to stop coming back around, but I know that she's Eve and she's hip hop. And so she has to still be that brand, and that's a part of her archetype. That's why she comes around, but she needs to stop coming around. It's just a bunch of niggas wanting to be nosy about her life. A bunch of niggas want to talk to her like they in high school. What is it like over there with white people? What's over there? What's going on with white people? What's the white kids like? What's the rich life like? What they know about Black Lives Matter? She has to tell them that no, these people don't live like this. We don't. It's a different world. So then she needs to leave black culture behind. But to sit here and say that the woman is the one that upholds the system, we know that is who in the patriarch. We know the woman does. Oh yeah, that's true. The mammies and all of them, we know that they do. He's not lying about that part. But just to be like, she's going to be destroyed. No, black male, you're going to be destroyed. There's a low-key switch happening in black women. I never thought I would say this, but there's a low-key switch in black women. And she saw publicly that you voted for Donald Trump against her. And the wise ones are going to completely divest from it all. Okay? That means all of it. The marching, the caring. This is the beginning of black women divestment. This is this little bit of the beginning. But this is right here why the mammy is dangerous, because this is the type of males that she listens to.
The beast is going to be destroyed by Yahusha, right? This is why they make the mistake of saying, oh, we're just going to be gathered and we're going to be taken back. La-di-da, Isaiah 60. Hey, in the beginning, when we saw Isaiah 60, that's what we saw. Then we see other scriptures that talk about flee. We like, how do you reconcile that? Why did the Most High tell us to flee Babylon if he's going to gather us in Isaiah 60 and bring us home? I'm confused. Well, the difference is the woman, she's Babylon. And those in Babylon got to leave her so she can get her butt handed to her. That's what the Bible says.
So all the men should be gay. If all the women are going, that means all the men are left. And so all the men are going to fuck each other. Is that what we're saying here? So this is my thing. Is he talking about leaving the black woman completely divested? It's like, what is he talking about here? No. White supremacy runs this shit, sir. White supremacy. The white man runs this shit. The white man is the most powerful. He has exuded his power with his executive orders, with his Project 2025, with his allies, with the Asians, with his allies, with Russia and all these places, just like that. By him, what is that word? Extorting, getting rid of immigrants of color by the boatload. Okay? He has shown you that. He like, what more do you need to see that your ass is getting kicked, black males, and there's nothing you can do about it? You don't have the mental capacity to figure out what to do about it. This is what you do about it. You go on panels. You go on panels and have light-skinned women talk about their salvation journey shit, pathetic shit.
You're going to have to flee because I need to open up a can of whoop on her, right? Then when we leave, what? We go back to the land. We go back to where we came from. That's what the scripture teaches. So just because people don't understand proper eschatology, that's their own fault because they're not listening. We've been teaching it for 8, 9, 10 years already.
Yeah, and so this right here makes a valid point from what Minister Taylor was saying. So the Exodus is continuing on passport.
And this is why you got minister, pastor, and all these fucking titles to make them feel important. Black man, you ain't shit. That's a fact. It doesn't even matter if you own a business, you still look dusty and you still ain't shit. But that's not the point. The point is, you can say the system is broken, but it's not. It is what it is. The white supremacy system is what it is because that's how it is. So either you pick up the books and you study how it works. Either you pick up the books and you read Robert Greene. Either you pick up the books of people who specialize in telling you, these white males that write these books are telling you how white supremacy works. These books on dark psychology is telling you the white supremacist is the master fucking manipulator. You can't fuck with it. A master manipulator. He's good at it. Go listen to the show yesterday, The Dark Psychology of Donald Trump, and how I paralleled that to the divested Black woman, the zealot divested Black woman. The white male is so good at dark psychology and manipulation. He uses people's spirituality against them. See, you want to say they don't have no soul because they don't have melanin. Actually, they have more power because they don't have melanin. See, if you study the science of melanin, you need something outside yourself to activate yourself. And if you ask me something, I think that's a fucking curse. Shit, take away some of this melanin, I can have more power. I can be more detached. I have to teach myself to be detached. I have to teach myself not to be emotional. I still have intuition. It doesn't mean you don't have intuition. You don't have to be all emotional to have intuition. Intuition is just something you're just tapped into. But just take away the melanin and maybe you just take away feelings, because that's the thing about white supremacy. He don't got feelings. He don't give a fuck about feelings. He's a little psychopathic. And that's what keeps him going. That's what keeps him making the rules. That's why he can say, kamikaze mind control. I can make this person blow up a building or blow up all these people. He's infatuated with the rituals and the magic that he does, that he uses y'all's melanin to do it. And I find it interesting because anytime anybody of color that's Black is heavy into the occult and tell y'all these things and show y'all these things, y'all motherfucking niggas got so much to say. Y'all spirits can't handle it. Y'all can't go that deep. Y'all not there. That's the one who stole my name, the Queen Maker. That's why she will never go deep. That's why she is in the position that she's in. Her book is A, B, C, D. It ain't even get E, and it ain't even getting to the G. It's like A, B, maybe C. Because that's the level of people that she's talking to. This is why I dedicate depth. This is why I'm always into depth. This is why I'm like, we're going to look into the dark psychology of this shit. What's the dark psychology of the Black woman? What is the dark psychology of the hypnosis that's put upon the Black woman? What is the dark psychology of all of this shit? Why we need to disappear? Why we need to not get caught up in social media and these things? Let's look into the dark psychology. What does the white male have to say about this? Mr. White Supremacy, what does he have to say? Oh, what does Becky have to say? The feminist Becky, what does she have to say? See, I'm wise enough to do that because those are the people to listen to. I'm not listening to a book written by a nigga, and I'm not listening to a book written by some mammy. I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck what they got to say. Because look, I read books by Dr. York, but where he at right now? Dr. York built the whole land and this, that, and the third, but where he at right now? And you got people saying that he ain't even in jail. But still, where he at? right now. It's that shit. It's the lies and deceit and the disillusionment and the following and the weak minds. That's the problem in Black culture. It's not hard to control y'all. It's not hard to make y'all followers. It's not hard to infiltrate y'all. It's really not. It's not hard for y'all to sit here and want to run and pray and do all this religious stuff, believing he don't give a fuck about the God that y'all pray to. He the one who gave it to you. He wants you to forgive and believe and have hope. Wasn't that Obama's thing? Hope. He wants you to have all of that while he keep running this shit and kicking your ass. White supremacy said, okay, Black women, you want to call these niggas kings, even though that is your word, but you want to give it to them? You want to sit around here and you want to sit here and want to make it seem like he's something special? Let's see how special you are when I take away that Section 8, bitch. Your food stamps. And I take away food from your kids, bitch. Let me see how you feel when those jobs I know you all work at, when I take away that DEI, bitch. And let's see what your Black male is going to do for you. Oh, he praying and talking about the devil, and he praying and he preaching. But not once is he building anything, but he talks about building. And your ancestral ass want to call this grown ass man your brother when he ain't even your blood brother, because you want to fall into his manipulation traps, bitch. It's so good. It's so clever. It's not broken. If all you V314 listeners, I want y'all to detach from this. I want y'all to just watch, observe, journal, look at people, listen to people. Look at the energy of people right now. Do you see the level of anger and frustration that's going on with people? When you're walking into certain jobs, people just got attitudes and shit. What's the attitude for? I don't even know you. Because people are stressed the fuck out. And anything that looks like it's joyful and happy and living its best life, they're going to hate you. Anyone who walks into the room and giving main character energy, you are going to be hated. Everybody's preaching all this shit and you don't say nothing, you just listen, people low-key are not going to like you because you're not responding to their whatever. Need to understand that. Excuse me. Damn, I hate when I do that. See it all as a social experiment. I really want you to take in these books as much as you can take them in and take as much notes as you can from these books. They are with meaning. They are here for a reason. They probably got a new book up. Let me look. I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you again so we can observe.
No, it's not. Your timing and of the Exodus and the fleeing of Babylon is out of whack, because you're making them consistent also, at the same time, and it's not. The Exodus is going to happen.
Contingency plan you don't get. It's just a backup. We don't know how things are going to go down. If you have to leave this country and you don't have any valid ID, and they're going to stick you into an immigration camp because they don't know.
Bro, why would you leave? Okay, So you want everybody to leave the country and flee this country like immigrants when you got it better than them? And I know your black ass ain't gonna go to Norway or Russia or any of these places, especially Norway or Berlin or Barcelona, and try to learn their languages, because they living good over there. So where you fleeing to? You gonna flee somewhere worse than Africa, worse than America? You gonna flee the place that everybody's coming to, and you gonna flee what, to Africa?
Know where to send you, whereas if you had your passport, you might be able to bypass that, right? Come on now. Anyway.
So my whole point was that the Exodus is separate from the fleeing, right? Go read Revelation chapter 12, and you will see the woman flees. She's not exiting. She's not exiting like Moses and everybody leaving and returning back to the continent. No, it's two separate events. One is the Exodus and one is fleeing Babylon. That's what people get confused.
And that's what the black woman needs to do. She needs to flee the black community. She needs to divest from the black community. She needs to re-cleanse her mind from the brainwashing of the black community, because it is an extreme brainwashing. Why are you black women dating men in prison? What's the psychology of this? Why are you black women? Why are y'all successful but choosing a bum to take care of while you have your shit together? You have to check your own internal emotions. Psychologically, if you are successful, first of all, a lot of people are successful and they have survivor's guilt. This is something that my own mother has, and I learned this through therapy, that she has survivor's guilt, right? So if you're dealing with survivor's guilt, you're dealing with something deeply psychological. And on top of that, if you have emotional wounds that you have not healed through, you are likely to live a life and be with someone who you would take care of, because there's some control and nurturing thing that is there that you need. It's all psychological. But that psychological thing with the black woman is brainwashed into the black woman. Do you know a black woman was saying to me, well, dating black males because they die and this and that. And I was just rolling my eyes at her like, what? People, what the fuck are you talking about? That's your reason for dating them, because they're dying? People die every day, B. That don't mean you can't elevate yourself. And I believe this is a frequency thing. I do. Because when you get to a certain mentality and level, you're not going to be in the spaces of black people. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. They're not going to be there. When I get to travel to where I want to travel, it ain't going to be no black people there. I know that already. I'm prepared for that. And I ain't looking for them to be there, because I know they're not going to be there. And if they happen to be there, they just happen to be there. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's about life and manifesting what you want to manifest. You don't have to be held down in this culture and race and gender and all of this ideology that everybody's trying to make you fall into. Because if you listen to shit like this, you ain't gonna do shit with your life. You ain't gonna be shit. You ain't gonna be shit, just like this goddamn Dusty talking right now. Just listen.
You all are confused and you don't listen when we try to explain things to you. Why? Because y'all think it's the gathering and y'all don't think there's a second Exodus, when the Bible's clear that there's a second Exodus. So like I said, the
only person that's going to be Exodus or executed is the black male and the black male male and the black male boy. Y'all are going to be the Exodus. Y'all going to be executed. It's y'all. Yeah, they be talking to themselves and they don't even be knowing it.
I just wanted to do that because, hey, I just wanted to clarify because we at that point that you need to have understanding. And be honest with you, like I said, at this point, it's between you and the Most High. You feel.
All you religious people, are y'all looking past the fact that all of your religious books tell you that you're cursed because your skin is black? Are all you dark-skinned people looking past the fact that all these religious books says that you are cursed because you are black? Why y'all don't ever talk about that? Why do y'all bypass that every time? So if you are a religious person and you're a black person and you are religious, then did it make sense in your religion that you would hate the fact that you are black and you believe that you are cursed because you are black, correct? So what's all this last and first and the black people and all this shit? It's a lie. Becky is a narcissist. Becky is a narcissist. Becky is highly manipulative. She's going to keep it going. She's going to keep, let me just tell these niggas a lie about who they are so they can just keep on with the shit. So they won't wake up.
Figure it out. You figure it out, right? So once again, I want to thank you, Sister Shonda. I want to thank you, Brother Sean, Brother Karras, Brother Lord.
That shit nasty. Don't call me your fucking sister. That shit nasty. I had a nigga try to argue with me and the nigga, don't call me sister. I don't give a fuck what your Bible say. Don't fucking call me sister. Have some fucking respect. Somebody tell you don't call them something, don't fucking call them that. You don't explain shit from no Bible to them. This is the problem. No boundaries. He was dark-skinned too. No fucking boundaries. Now, ain't none of this shit gonna work, y'all. I'm gonna be the Debbie Downer and tell you, ain't none of this shit gonna work. Y'all look weak as fuck. Every last one of y'all. Every last one of y'all. Y'all motherfuckers is literally talking about going to Africa. When this, have y'all been reading? He has a travel Muslim ban. I said, are y'all aware that there's a travel ban for Muslim countries? Where y'all going? And y'all claim to be Muslim and Hebrew Israelites. Where the fuck are y'all gonna go? What happens? What happens if he signed an executive order and call you Hebrew Israelite a terrorist fucking group? What y'all niggas gonna do then? What if because he already named Ansar Allah? I was like, oh shit, that was Dr. York shit. Ansar Allah is a terrorist group now, y'all. Anybody up in New York City, you know what Ansar Allah is. That was one of the biggest groups in the city, especially in Brooklyn. Now it's a terrorist group. I read all this shit yesterday. I said, goddamn Trump. What if the Hebrew Israelites is next? If y'all gonna be a terrorist group, that means y'all can't stand on corners and preach, even though I feel that y'all work for the police. I have really been feeling that. And I hope if that's true, I hope that shit come out, that y'all niggas work for the police. All right? Now, another thing with this executive order. He did some executive orders for health. He's been doing that the last time he was the president, because I remember he had said that we're allowed to have alternative remedies for our health. So I didn't get to read it all the way, but I was like thinking that was the same thing that he brought back again. Here is how you handle this in a dark psychological way. Number one, you just live your life and you don't let these things make you afraid. Because one thing when I was reading it, I'm very what you call empathic. So when I was reading it, I felt a fear in my stomach. Like I just felt a fear. And I was like, damn, this man is scaring the shit out of people. Just like that pastor said, you are scaring people. Because he is. Because I was like, damn, why I feel this way? I'm not even like involved like that. I'm just keeping this tab up so I can just read it all the way one day, or maybe read it on the show. And people are so afraid because a lot of you did not prepare your life as you should have. Hear me out for a minute. A lot of you did not prepare for a rainy day. Y'all did not pay attention to what 2020 was about. Y'all did not pay attention to that this economic system or this dollar is going to crash. Technically, it kind of did. It's kind of slowly crashing now, right? Y'all did not pay attention to that. Y'all did not build self-sufficiency for yourself. Do you know it is women out here that you don't start wanting to be self-sufficient until that child is almost out of high school? And sad to say, subconsciously, this is why y'all want to be grandmothers, because y'all can still leech and grab off some money because y'all didn't do nothing or prepare anything for y'all lives. Because I was like, damn, why are these women grandmothers before they're 40? And it's like, because by the time that child is reaching out of high school into, out of high school and to go to college, y'all can't afford for y'all children to go to college. So the only result is that welfare system mindset that y'all kept developing. This is not just Black. This is women of color all over. This is the America, period. So now that system has been torn apart. Like, nah, we taking all that back. And y'all don't know what to do with yourself. You should never be in a situation where you can't feed yourself. I don't give a fuck if I got $10 in my pocket. I'm going to feed myself. I'm going to find a way. Okay? I got family. If I got to be like, hey, bro, can you make me some lunch for work, please? I done spent all my money on my rent. Trust me, he'll bring me some lunch. That's just how it is. You should have a nest. You should have your life prepped up. You should have just preparation skills. But I understand that there's some people, y'all can't do it. Y'all don't know how. Some of y'all didn't have to start your adult life until y'all mid-20s. It's different when you have to start it as a teen. It's very different. And it's not always easy either. I get it. I trust me, I get it. But this is why this is happening, and this is why y'all so afraid. And you know who the most afraid? Married women. Y'all the most afraid. Because y'all being told y'all can't vote, y'all also know what's going to come with that. That means if that man is abusing you, there's nothing you can do about it. If he starts fucking your children, there's nothing you can do about it. Y'all are the most afraid. Project 2025 got y'all shaking up the most. Because a lot of y'all are cowards. That's what it is. You shouldn't be afraid. If you're a grown adult and you have children, a child that's going to college, high school, whatever, your life should be together. You should have something for a rainy day. You should have some kind of nest built. You should have a family nest built for yourself. That even if you can't feed those children, you still have some kind of family support that can help you do that. Or I would say you have a way of doing that. But y'all ain't prepared for that. I offended some people here right now, and I don't care. Learn dark psychology with me. Take these courses, these classes that I be having for free online that I do on dark psychology. So it can help elevate something to build some kind of strength in your life. Because y'all shouldn't be walking around here weak like this. Shouldn't be walking around here angry and mad at motherfuckers who look happy and got it together, who got their life established. That was something you were supposed to do as an adult. You can't get mad. See, y'all always asking a woman about when she gonna have another baby. And it's like, bitch, when you gonna try to save up for your first million? See, y'all get offended if a woman be like, I'm not no baby maker. I'm about money. Give a fuck about that. You're gonna get offended. Why would you get offended about that? That's what you're supposed to be about in these times. These are the times to get into them stocks, baby. Get you a little $100, $200 and invest, start off small, like $10, whatever. Start off small, invest in the stock, start watching it, learning how it goes. I got me a little, I'm not going to say that, but you got to understand that this shit is, when you have somebody like that in office, this is the time to start flipping money a little bit more. This is the time to jump on a job a little bit faster. You got to jump on these opportunities. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you got to think. You have to think strategically. You have to detach from all this shit. I'm happy for the choices I made in my life. The only thing I said I wish I did, only thing I would do again is lift motherfucking weights. But I'm going to do that now. That's going to happen this year. I'm hurt by the travel ban, but that ain't going to stop me from stamping a passport. You have to still live. These people, because Saturn is in Pisces, and Saturn's going to hit Aries mid-March. And it's going to go back into Pisces for a little bit while longer. Then it's going to hit back into March again, like next year or something. You have to understand that this suffering or this thing that is happening is karmic. You understand? It's karmic because now it's like, ooh, is your life really set up the way? Are you really big balling like you said you was? It's karmic that people are laughing at other people's struggles and suffering. It's karmic. Some of y'all can't even handle seeing how wicked people are. It's like, how the fuck y'all didn't know that? And I realized that a lot of y'all are naive and y'all are not aware of this. And this is why when someone like me who's been doing the work I've been doing for a long fucking time, y'all can't handle it. Y'all got so much to say. Y'all got to know. But where did you get that from? Motherfucker, just read a book. Y'all can't handle if y'all meet a woman like me because I'm not moving and acting as other women that you know. Y'all can't handle it. Because it's people like me and women as me, we don't belong in these platforms in the world. We don't belong on social media. We belong in the world. People are not worthy or deserving of women like us. That's really the fucking point. We're taken advantage of. We're taken for granted by many people until later on they're like, you know, you said that. I had someone straight up said all some kind of nasty shit to me because I wasn't trying to hear that Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. And they still end up calling me back saying, damn, you said that was going to happen. You said it. You surprised? You surprised that that happened after that? And these are the things that I look at with people, and I'm starting to come in my years to realize that, yeah, y'all really don't be knowing. Y'all really don't read. Y'all really don't take the time to just study something. Y'all really don't pick up books. Y'all only pick up a book if it requires for you to have something behind it. Oh, if I'm going to get a certificate, I'm going to do a degree in this and it's going to make me some money. That's the only time I'm going to read about that. But what about just building skills, period? What about just wanting to build any type of skill and just be good at it? I admire elder people who are so good at what they do. They do that shit flawlessly and they can tell you how many years they've been doing it. I admire people who, whatever age they are, they get up and they pick up some kind of skill or something on their own. They sit down and study something on their own. They don't need to be in nobody's classroom or get nobody's degree to get it. They may choose to go get certifications or they may choose to go get a degree in something. I admire that. These are the people that I watch. And most of all, I watch people who got their first million in the things that they say. This is what I felt everybody did. At least everybody who's intelligent did. But that's not so. And this is why people who study Stoicism and decided to take themselves to school to study philosophy or to get some kind of degree and they're excited about it, these same people get so discouraged when they go into the American school system. And it's not just the American school system, because what's different about people across seas is they'll get their PhD and everything, but then they'll tell you the real about it. They'll be like, yeah, but you know, you can have a jealous professor. You know, you can have somebody who's hindering you from writing the things you're writing and this and that. These things are life. This is what's going to happen. You got to understand, whatever you do, there's going to be somebody that's going to try to distract you. Whatever you do, there's going to be somebody that's going to be in opposition of what you do or say something in opposition and challenge you. That's life. That's what comes with it. You got to be prepared. You have to be more prepared for people who are going to be in opposition of what you say. You have to be more prepared for writing something and somebody being in opposition of what you just wrote or what you just said. That's life. This is the problem that people have on these type of platforms. This is called citizen journalism. So you are a citizen journalist, not a certified one unless you go to school for journalism. And therefore I can take anything that's public, put my fair use, dissect, listen to what they say, and make my comment. I have a right to do that. And you have people that be like, don't talk about other people's channels and don't mention people's name, because really they don't want other people to go to another person's channel that may be better than theirs. That's really what it is. It's a manipulation tactic. Because if we're having a discussion and I play something that somebody said and I comment to what they said, they may comment to what I said. That's what YouTube was all about. Y'all remember the reply button that people used to do? Some people had like 50 replies, but if you watched it, that was how YouTube beef was. But we went back and forth and we had a dialogue about whatever it is that one was talking about. That's intelligence. That's how people's minds come together. Some things are worthless. It was an article that stated, why is politics and religion, why doesn't it require some kind of scholarship to talk about? Why is it that if you talk about engineering, you need to have some kind of scholarship in engineering? Why, if you talk about building a computer, you need to have some kind of scholarship in building the computer, but you don't need to have a scholarship in any type of religious or political conversation? Because there's nothing, it doesn't hold anything. It's whatever someone feels, perception, and all of these things that come with it. Unless you like other people out here who are scholars and finding older books, older than the Bible, older than the Quran and all these things, or the original copy of these books in other languages that has been translated. That's how it goes. But the real thing in this experience as a whole is telling people you should already have been self-sufficient. You should already have had all your eggs in the basket, as they say. You should have already had some kind of life preparation. Because a lot of y'all don't have that. A lot of y'all feel like, what are y'all even living for? White supremacy has been great at doing that to you. But there's also opportunity in this white supremacist world. There's also a chance of striving and making it in this white supremacist world. I don't sit here and listen to people who have pastor and minister and all this stuff to their name, because I feel like these are the people that keep you where you are, that keep you in a space of, I just accept what it is and what I have, and I'm not going to strive for more. And I love people who talk about stoicism, dedication, hard work, laws, 48 laws of power, 12 laws of human nature, and these things, because these books, these people move me in life. They make me get up in life. They make me get up and go read the books that they've read. Sit down and write a little bit more. Sit down and study. Why is dark psychology something that is out here now? And now I'm taking it more serious. Can I get a degree in dark psychology? Can I go to school? Can I get certified in dark psychology? See, these are the things that happen. All you minister and pastor people, I'm not listening to y'all. Y'all just talk in a certain voice, put on a fucking suit and a bow tie, and just talk a bunch of rhetoric, and you sit down in your chair and do nothing. I done had enough of y'all. I done seen enough of y'all, and I didn't like y'all then. And I just feel like these kind of people are distractive. I'm not sitting here listening to y'all motherfuckers all day. Did you get up and work out? Did you get up and work out? Did you go for a jog? Did you ride a bike? Did you climb a mountain? I bet you didn't. So you're not somebody I want to listen to. And that's me. That's my preference, because this is my life. And you have to do things for your life. To me, it all sounds weak. They all look weak. Not once have I ever seen a woman that's talking about Yahweh or whatever the fuck religion y'all talk about, Jesus or whatever. Not once have I seen a bitch big and brolic and built. Not once have I seen a bitch that know how to handle a goddamn rifle or a motherfucking sniper that's talking about this religious shit all day online. The bitch look like she need to eat some meat, She need to get her weight up. Sometimes she be sickly. She looks sickly. Never have I ever seen that shit. And you wonder why. If it is one out there, please drop the link. And it's a reason for that. Even the woman who's running ICE, yeah, they prayed and they did all that, and she talked about her dad or whatever the case may be. But that's a tough ass bitch. I admire that. She's strong. She don't give a fuck. And you see those men in ICE, they ain't nothing to fuck with. I'd be terrified if ICE came to my door. I'll be throwing out my ID, my social security number, the kid's social security number, ID, all that shit out the goddamn window. Like, I am an American citizen. Please don't break down my door. I don't want to pay for that shit. And I like shit like that. But that's just me. And that's what I admire about white supremacy. White supremacy is clever. It plays a clever ass chess game that I'm just trying to figure out how it's played. But the number one thing I noticed of white supremacy, it helps y'all play against each other. It's very good at having people keep the woman weak and scrawny and not strong, especially Black and women of color. It's very good at having this woman, this Black and woman of color, having so much hope for the male in her culture, having so much belief that he is going to get to the level of white supremacy. I just saw something this morning actually, that Chinese women are divorcing. That line was crazy. It was looking like a goddamn people who trying to jump the borderline. It was crazy. I said, well, goddamn, that's in China. I don't give a shit. But still, this is what white supremacy is, just so goddamn good. The Asian man is the number one man. The Chinese man is the number one man who has been battling against white supremacy. He's the one who wants what white supremacy is. He wants to be what white supremacy is. He has the biggest Napoleon complex. And here it is. Trump signed them executive orders, said, fuck you, China. You know, if you know Donald Trump, you know he don't fuck with China. He does not fuck with China. He been dragging China since. Said fuck China. Why is he saying fuck China? Because China is the biggest competition. A lot of Asians do not like Chinese. They are the niggas of their culture. They are the trash of their culture. They are the filth of their culture. Go watch the Asian people, the Vietnamese, the Korean, and all of that. Because a lot of y'all can't tell them apart, but they can tell each other apart. They don't fuck with the Chinese. A comedian was roasting Chinese. She did a comedy skit talking about a woman called her a bitch in China, a Chinese bitch. She was like, I'm in China. She said, I'm a bitch in China. But you know, I ain't no Chinese, okay? That's an offensive word. And so white supremacy said, fuck you. You ain't running shit. We're going to raise these tariffs. You see how it works? And they sat back and did it. Like Johannes, the great Johannes, he's in one of the European countries somewhere. Y'all laughed at him. And he said out his mouth, he said the Chinese and the Russians are sending the Africans after the European. They're going to send them to war with us. The transgender is used in the patriarchy to infiltrate women's spaces. The things that all of us have been telling you for years. He said that. He got a whole series on the patriarchy that we need to watch. A whole series on the patriarchy. The great Johannes. They ran him off of TikTok. He took his ass to YouTube and made his little podcast. He was saying all this before Trump even came back. So you have people that's telling you, people you have to just pay attention to, because he knew what was coming. So even white supremacy is Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast be watching. He know what's going on. And he came back full motherfucking throttle. And then when he became the president, JD out there just talking to people, living his best life with his his Virgo looking eyes and shit, you know, multicolored hazel eyes and shit, just talking to everybody, just got his legs crocked up on top of his knee, and everybody's enjoying him. He got a big audience of people. Trump doing his thing, and Trump and Elon is doing their thing. You don't see JD nowhere. Because white supremacy can do what the fuck they want to do. Because they created the system. That's what y'all don't get. Well, Elon is not our president. Elon is not the vice president. He's not the president. It doesn't matter. White supremacy does what the fuck it wants to do. And the clever Black women and women of color will go and be with non-Black. They will go and put themselves on that side of living. Let me tell y'all something, because I don't talk much about my personal life. I sit here and I'm with somebody who is Indian and Black, but I realize that they have been raised around a lot of dark-skinned people, and it's a whole thing with that, and they are lighter white-skinned than the rest of their family members. And I noticed that they were still under the brainwashing of Black culture, though their ex and their wives and everything were white women. And what I have come to see with that is that there is this leechy, pathetic way that Black culture lives. Now, don't get me wrong. I am from New York City, so I have seen very well-to-do Black people. But people are going to people. People are going to be dramatic. People are going to be, you know, whatever. So what I have found is it's more leechy with that welfare woman. It's more leechy when the system is helping her. It's more leechy when she's not having any help from the fathers of the children. And this is not just one person. I'm speaking in general, what I have seen. And they will project that poison onto you. Well, go to the system and you can get this paid and you can do that. They have a way of using the system for everything in their lives. Now, shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? You know how to funk the system. Hey, why not? Right? But here is the issue with that. When you get so comfortable and reliable on someone else, what happens when they take it away? What do you have prepared for yourself? What are you going to do? These are the things you have to think about. You know, I watch the culture of people who work multiple jobs and this and that, and goddamn it, they still poor. They still complain. They still don't have nothing, but they brag about how much jobs they got. And I have been around non-Black people, and I do not see this. They sit here, they get a lucrative career that they like. It doesn't matter if they work behind a bar. They went to school to learn how to be a bartender, and that's what they do. Doesn't matter if they work retail. They went to school to do retail marketing or something like that, and they work in the position that they're working. They hold down one job. And anything else that they do for themselves, they do for themselves. So if they, let's say they, like I said, retail, right? They did retail marketing or something, but then they go get a certificate in bartending and they go work that job because they work to get that, because that's something they're passionate and that's what they want to do. They don't have to do it. It's a different energy when you're in a space where you have to go do it. I choose to go get me another job. And the job that I choose to get is a job that I more likely want. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whether that is, you know, working as a bartender, working as a barista somewhere, wherever it is, it's something that I want to do, some kind of job that's a little bit more where I can kind of kick back than the job I have now. This is what I find people of other cultures do that are non-Black. There's a struggle mentality. And with this struggle mentality comes with the religion. It makes so much sense. People relate to the religious archetype of Jesus, who struggled and suffered. That was given to the slaves. That was preached to the slaves for a reason, because that is that's what people relate to, struggle and suffering. And so therefore your life is going to reflect that, even if you say that it's prosperous. Not really true. We all see that that's not true. You see Black people who they attain something, but they still want to go back to the hood, or they still want to keep it real and do all this dumb shit. Nobody's making this up. Black people, where's the fight? Where's the logic? Where's the building of something? Where's the true coming together? Where's the, you know what? Let's build a black grocery store. Black males, when y'all gonna do that? Let's figure something out and figure out how there can be some kind of housing program for women and children. Because no, the black male wants to see you suffer, black woman. Have you not got that message? He wants to see you suffer. And here's the thing, he don't want to see you suffer so he can build things and build you up and make himself really look like a king. He just wants to see you suffer because he just wants to see you suffer because he's that fucked up. Why you think black males are always talking about the demon and devils and all of that? Because that's what he is. That's what he has shown. He always showing some devil demonic shit by definition that y'all define it to be, right? He's always the one doing that to you, black woman. That's why he's always preaching it. You see the dark psychology of that? Why he always got to be minister, pastor, this, that, and the third? Because that's the part of his manipulation to make himself look like something of something when he's nothing. No one got to give themselves them titles. If you are what you are and you believe what you believe in, if you believe what you believe in, why are you knocking on my door? I hate people that come knocking on my door like I'm not a charity fucking case. I don't need you knocking on my door. And some of them have even got mad because I didn't want none of the food that they were giving me. I said, just put it on a chair. They get mad about that. What you getting mad for? What makes you think that I need what you giving me? What makes you think I'm in need of any fucking thing? Because I guess the perception of this neighborhood or this area where I live at, fuck you. So you got to understand too, that living as a free spirit in this world, and most free spirits, we are very quiet people. It's a reason we don't talk. Something about us riles people up. Something about us gets people very angry. Something about us always bothers people's spirit. There's just something about us. And that's why a lot of times we don't talk. And I remember a family member was like, you know, I don't talk because, you know, people just somehow always take things so wrong that I say, so I just don't talk. And it's so funny that in my years that I've grown, I go through the same fucking shit. You know, I go through the same shit. Like I can offend people by the things that I say. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck did I say that was so goddamn offensive? But you have to understand that when you're truly a spiritually intelligent person, you're speaking from inside yourself. And so when you speak from, because a lot of people don't know how, people don't really do that. When you're truly speaking from inside yourself, when you have something to truly say, you have something to truly say. And when you cursing somebody out, you truly cursing them out. And when you're ready to put hands on somebody and fight, you're really ready to fight. And a lot of times, spiritually intelligent people, we don't even be getting down like that. We don't even get it to that point because we see people. So we don't even let them get us to that point. We don't give a fuck. I'm serious. You have to, as a spiritually intelligent person, you really have to not give a fuck. And I sit here and I look around. Motherfuckers sitting in their cars preaching shit. Motherfuckers behind avatars preaching shit all fucking day. And it's like, what is this going to do? The body needs to move. The body needs to be active. The legs need to move. Your age is in your legs. So you get older, you start having all these leg problems and leg issues because that's where your age is at. This is why when older people get to a certain age, they can't even barely stand up anymore because that's where your age is at. So you got to make them legs stronger. You got to get them arms tougher. You got to get that cardio in. Because all that stuff is important. Because woe to you, once you hit about this age, mid 30 to 40, some of y'all for hell break down at 30. And you wanna continue life and have children, all that stuff. You can't do that at that age. It's gonna fuck you up. You like, who are these people? And why are you even listening? I told you, I come here to learn. I learn shit. I write shit down and I talk about the shit that I talk about. Take it or leave it. It is what it is. I'm going to still keep talking about it because I'm enjoying this. This is like a passion project for me. Because I know what I'm speaking about is the truth. And I know what I'm speaking about has no lies in it. And I know what I'm speaking about can help somebody's life, especially Black women and women of color. And it came at a time that it needed to come, because I learned in life, whenever something tells me to get something done or do something, just get your ass up and do it. Because if you don't do it, somebody else gonna do it, or just get up and do it. And I'm proud because I'm very into this project. It got me writing a little bit more. It got me reading in a way. Because I asked the universe, I was like, damn, yo, I really want to put more time into reading and get some journaling and writing in. And then this project right here was the very thing that helped me do that. I'm very thankful for Neil Brighton, Jack Black, what's that other author name? Michael Pace, being able to read their books and listen to what they have to say about dark psychology. Because I took dark psychology as a joke. I was like, man, this ain't nothing but a book about narcissism and covert narcissism. I ain't got time for this shit. And I kept seeing that shit, dark psychology. I was like, nah, I'm good on that. And then finally, when I opened the book, I said, oh shit, wait a minute. Okay, I'm liking this. Because I've taken psychology class because I've gone to college. This was better than what college could teach. I'm like, damn, this is what college need to be teaching. Because it's that fucking good. And that's when I started waking up, when I did the Black Woman's Guide, when I got up to like 7 of them, and I was going to get into the female pimpology and stuff, the dark psychology came up. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Why is the dark psychology coming up when I'm about to do the female pimpology? So it's like the female pimpology is going to happen, but there's reason for why the dark psychology, I said, master the artistry of manipulation or something was the title. And there's the artistry of manipulation. The whole white supremacy system is an artistry of manipulation. I didn't even get into the occult magic that they do. Oh man, that one is the biggest fucking one. And that is the one that keeps black people under the curse. Because I'm sitting here like, why are Black people so into this Hebrew Israelite stuff? Jesus, and why are they so into Egypt, and why are Black people so fascinated with the stories of Egypt, and why is Egypt even still here? And I remember when I worked at the airport that it was a group of Jewish, they were older, but they was like college age. And I was like, where are you guys going? It was like, oh, we're going to Egypt, and we're going to learn from our class in Egypt and study about the hieroglyphics and going there and this, that, and the third. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But it was kind of different. They were going to actually go in the pyramids and take a class in the pyramids. And I was like, that's very interesting that these Jewish students was going there. And they were pretty cool, like nice, like real respectful. You know what I'm saying? No shadiness, none of that. And I remember the guy, and they were all talking to me and stuff like that. And I was meeting a lot of people who remember. I don't know if y'all remember the brand Calm as Fuck Down. A lot of people was rocking that. A lot of people was rocking Alexander Wang. I had fun in the airport. I just wanted to work a different position, but I had so much fun in that airport. I was just meeting so many great people, man. I loved it. I was just meeting just so many great fucking people, man. Then it turns out that I don't think that the Black male is ever going to build anything. I don't feel like it's ever going to happen. I don't feel that if he builds anything, it's going to be worth anything that we give a fuck about. Because I done seen out of the 100 Black entrepreneur lists of the 10 things that Black males created, it's like, this shit is useless. What the fuck do we need this shit for? What is this going to do? And I have felt this way for the past 10, 15 years of my life about the Black male. It ain't happening, okay? So the thing is, what I see that the Black woman has hope for this Black male. And that is the thing that is the most intriguing for me, because I'm looking at the dark psychology of this. He's not going to do shit. He doesn't even build anything when he's fucking white supremacy. When he's with the whole Becky, he's not even doing nothing then. Steve Harvey had so-called Black males that own some kind of business doing something, and it's like, where they at? Where's this business at? You understand what I'm saying? I don't expect nothing from that motherfucker. And even if it happened, I don't believe it. What I'm watching now, I'm watching how the game plays. I love watching a good manipulation game. I love watching a good dark psychology game. That's what it is for me. You see that puppet that I'm playing with? That's how I look at the world. You see that chessboard? That's how I look at the world. This is the image of me every day of my life. Just playing with the puppet, watching the puppets, the different puppets over there, and just fucking playing chess. Literally. That's what life has come to for me. Even with my own partner, I sit back and I just observe things and I just play chess. And I just watch. Because I have come to realize that there are people that they have no clue how the people around them have them so stuck where they are. How the people around them does not want them to rise above wherever they're at or get the fuck away from them or be who they truly want to be. They don't realize that subconsciously they are shrinking themselves because of everybody around them. Work is a different world. As I always tell you, you're acting, you're playing, you're a role. You're whatever work archetype that you are. You're the good, loyal worker. You're the reliable worker, right? You know, you're the gossip worker, you know, that knows everything that's going on. You're the troublemaker worker. You always keep shit going and no one ever knows it's you, right? Everybody has an archetype. You're the good worker. You know, you're the one that everybody goes to, the counselor worker to talk to about everything and you handle all the problems, right? Everybody's an archetype at work. But in your real life, you have to be who you are. And you have to understand those around you may not like it. But let me give you the dark truth to why. Your life choices can make people not like you. I'll explain. See, if you're a mother and you don't have a teenage daughter that's pregnant, a pregnant teen, people may not like you. Your children, it doesn't matter, your daughter or son is not dating and they're focused on school and work and focused on their goals and ambition and going to school and stuff, people are not going to like you. When you sit here and you decide that you don't want the welfare system to help you, people are not going to like you. When you sit here and you depend on yourself for what it is that you have, people are not going to like you, especially if you came from that system and you got yourself out of it or you're pulling yourself out of it, people are not going to like you. If you're not there talking about who you're dating and who you're with, if you're not there talking about children and babies and all that, people are not going to like you because they can't figure you out. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you like. They don't know what makes you tick. But when you express materialism, like you love money, when you express success and goals and ambitions, like you like to take certifications on things and you write and you read a lot, people are going to feel some type of way about that. You know why? Because these are the keys and these are the things that successful people do. This is the type of mindset, because if you're going, this is where religion is a problem. You're going to sit here and say money is the root of all evil, when honestly, poverty is the root of all evil. What are you going to do with money when you have it? How are you going to feel when you have lots of money? How are you going to do when you have an opportunity to obtain a lot of money and have a lucrative career for yourself? You have to think what that does to your subconscious. I'm here to tell you that poverty is the root of all evil. I'm going to put that on a shirt. I'm going to tattoo that on my motherfucking body. You want to know where people do the worst shit? You want to know what people would do for a fucking dime bag or $25 bag of fucking weed or a hit of cocaine or coke or a shot of fucking heroin? or K2, whatever the fuck they got going on here, you go to the most poverty-stricken motherfucking place. You want to have a loser follow somebody that you don't fucking like? Just drop them a little $100, $200 from a foster care and be like, follow that motherfucker for me and tell me everything. Here's my number. Text me. You know how much they'll do for you? There's loser motherfuckers out here like that. And you can only get motherfuckers to do that level of wickedness and evil in poverty-stricken places. Poverty is the root of all fucking evil. Money is fucking freedom. People who have money and do wicked shit come from a poverty mindset, or they just fucked up. It ain't got nothing to do with the goddamn money. The money just brought out who they were. Do money not bring out who people are? Oh, money is the root of all bringing out people's evil, right? Yeah, that's really what the quote should be. But poverty is the root of all evil. Quote me on that. Another thing. Riddle me this. What do y'all really perceive white supremacy to be? You think that fleeing is the answer? That's some weak shit to do. You're not no different than the immigrant that fleeing for their country. What do y'all think is the solution? Huh, black males? Because y'all can't get rid of white males. Y'all need them. He runs this YouTube. He owns the microphones, non-black males anyway. Your TV screen that you go run and get from Walmart, your cars that you drive, the couch in your house. What you gonna do without them? Yeah, you're gonna be in Africa in a mud hut. That's exactly what you're gonna do. Because you have nothing. Black culture looks weak to me. I don't give a fuck how much you fight in Spirit Airlines. I don't give a fuck how much you can beat somebody's ass. Black culture is weak. It does not have no strategy. It doesn't know how to get out of its situation. Like, you sit here, you don't even know how to ignore people. If the fucking KKK was outside my door right now with their guns and their flags, life will still go on. You understand? I will still take my shower. I will still get ready for work. I will still walk out that door and go to work. It ain't going. I don't give a fuck. That's what I love about being from New York City, because that's the shit we do. We'll just walk past the motherfuckers with our Starbucks coffee and carry on with our fucking day. Walk around these motherfuckers. Okay, somebody woke up and chose violence today. Let me get out the way. What is this? Okay. Got to be stronger. Got to be mentally stronger. No justice, no peace, and yelling and shit. I won't waste my motherfucking time. I won't waste my time. So, y'all go ahead and listen to this for a second. I'll be back.
To do with us or had nothing to do with us, y'all called us out. So now we're going to show up. Nuck if you butt. That's how I feel about it. What do any of y'all think about this? Brother Karras or Sean Judah, you were in the UK, so I'd love to hear your opinion about this. But Brother Karras, what are your thoughts about it?
Well, can you all hear me first? How
yeah.
am I sounding? Okay. Yeah, so again, just as Teu, you had stated, and with you, Sister Shonda, look, the history of DEI, and if you go back into, I'm going to put on my human resources cap, back in the day, in the human resources sphere, right? And as you mentioned, nobody was really giving us all of the BLS Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Nobody was really the data per se, because those data points really were always hidden. And, you know, in terms of a data person, anything that deals with the numbers, I have to look at the numbers because the numbers are agnostic. Now, will they lie on the numbers? Absolutely. You know that they'll lie. But for this particular point, understand they are trying to, quote unquote, show the truth. Because why? Because the ultimate initiative for them is to get us riled up and to once again throw ourselves on the sword. And I'm sorry, I believe that our people have been getting on code per se. Not all of us, and the code isn't all that, you know, filled in, but we have our people understanding that no matter how they try to shape this, it's not for us. And it's really been a pleasure to see that as they are boycotting, none of our people are there. And to me, that's been heartwarming. All I can say is hallelujah.
Big time, big time. I agree with you. And a lot of people have been covering that. Lisa Cabrera was even talking about how at a lot of these protests that they're doing, because they protested on President's Day, you could see the clear discrimination, though. You could see that when our people were out there protesting, especially during Black Lives Matter, there was a lot of cops that were out there in military garb trying to make sure that their presence was felt so that we would be intimidated. But that's not what you see while they're out there protesting. You don't see whether it is Caucasians or whether it is foreigners out there protesting against DEI. You don't see that same type of movement from the police force. So we definitely have already been able to clearly see, and for the longest time, that there's a separation with us. But some people are like, why are we getting involved? Well, again, what we need to understand is this boils down to economics, right? And I talked about this on my channel before, that when it comes to Black dollars, we are the largest consumers in the US and in US territories. We are the largest consumers, yet we are on the bottom of the economic totem pole when it comes to being able to actually have access to wealth. We are, I think, like, was it 2.6% of the nation's wealth goes to us. And all the initiatives that were supposed to be for our advancement, so-called under the George Floyd Act that they were supposed to put in place from the year 2020 to 2021, they got stopped dead in their tracks. They didn't even really affect us as much as it was supposed to. It affected the Asian community, the Hispanic community more. But when it came to getting us jobs, it did not impact us that much. But as soon as that year rolled over, they canceled all those programs. So our people went right back to not making any money. But we spend money. We spend money. So before I get Sean Judah's take on it, Yacoba, could you share that article? Because I want everybody to understand where this all got started, okay? This wasn't just a text that came from my cousin. This is a real movement that has been going on, and this is what they have to say about it. Consumers are boycotting major retailers. Will February 28th blackout affect York County? All right. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to read a little bit of this because they actually are pretty afraid that the impact of consumers not shopping on February 28th is going to disrupt the system. So consumers are rallying to speak through their wallets or lack of spending as a way to protest the retreat by some companies from DEI initiatives and President Trump's actions to eliminate federal DEI programs since taking office. They're calling on consumers to boycott specific retailers and for one day later this month to refrain from spending any money at all. Numerous social media accounts are sharing the message of a 24-hour consumer spending blackout planned for February 28th. Consumers are encouraged not to spend money in stores or online for the day, and if they have emergencies or essentials they need, they're encouraged to support a local small business. It is unclear which organization started the February 28th blackout, but several Instagram posts by a group called the People's Union and its founder, who goes by the Instagram handle The One Called Jay, have been reshared and circulated about the February 28th one-day blackout. All right. It goes on to say, what is the February 28th consumer economic blackout? In one of the several videos about the February 28th blackout, the Instagram handle, the one called Jay, said the day of economic resistance is to show that we, the people, are the system. For decades, they have told us that we are powerless, that we have no control, and that the system is too big, too strong, too unshakable. We are going to remind them who has the power. For one day, we turn it off for one day. We shut it down for one day. We remind them that this country does not belong to the elite. It belongs to the people, and this will work. The Instagram video said, some of you might say one day won't make a difference, and that's exactly what they want you to believe. He said, if enough of us participate, they will feel it, and if they don't listen, we escalate. A second economic blackout aimed at blocking purchases from Amazon from March 7th through March 14th has also been announced by the same group. And then they go on talking about, using their platform. Like this guy, John Swartz, he says, I'm trying to use my platform right now to organize and gather people who can see past what divides us and potentially maybe down the road legally find some way to unionize ourselves to create a powerful voice within the system to create change. But for now, the economic blackout is about getting people together, up off the couch, so to speak, to do something together. Okay. So everybody has like different reasons for why it is that they believe that this blackout is important. But for me and for all of us, like when it comes to the United States, when it comes to the West, we understand that the West has never been for us. But if we gather together to actually show in a tangible way that we do not have to support the beast system with our dollars, what impact and difference can that make? What do you think, Brother Yacoba?
Yeah, well, the whole DEI thing, I sort of agree with everybody. It's not really our issue, other than the fact that I don't like the fact of the coup d'etat, right? This is a coup d'etat of America by the billionaires. And so by us protesting or affecting them where their dollar is, says a message that we have influence. And all I really care about, to be honest with you, is Israel. And I want in the end is for us to get our reparations. Now, the thing that most people don't realize, and it's just my opinion, is that the Gentiles,
This is stupid. What do you mean the system is not for you? This system is for you. You're an American. What you mean the system is not for you? Are you not American? Is the system not for you because, I don't know, you were not born here? You cannot listen to this. The system is for you. You know why the system is for you? Because you can still take your ass and go to school for free online. The system is for you because you have an opportunity as a Black woman to get a business. Start a business. Okay? System is for you. The system will work for you because you can get grants for your children to go to school. So what is this? The system is not for you. When has the system not been for you? And with the deportation of all of these immigrants, that gets people out the way from you obtaining the jobs that you say that you want, right? So how does the system not work for you? You have to be in your logical mind when you listen to this foolery. You're not doing anything by boycotting things that you have no ownership to. You're not doing anything by boycotting things that you do not run. What are you doing? You're not doing nothing. That's what you're doing. Nothing by boycotting things. That's the point. And this is why you cannot listen to this foolishness. They don't make sense at all whatsoever. It is fucking hot in here. Jeez, it's hot. I feel like I should turn on the air. Can't listen to that. The system will absolutely work for you. You have to know how to work the system. I have a course that I'm taking that I have to complete. I have somewhere else I have to go to do paperwork because I can't go to one county to do it. So I got to go another county to get that paperwork done. But the system is still working for me. When you have a job, you have opportunities in that job, and you have to make way to get those opportunities. I say, you know how you fill out stuff for other jobs at your job? When you apply in those jobs, in most job systems, they can see your accolades. So you can update your certification, accolades, and skills on the site of the job that you're applying for a job. Okay? So they can still see that you're putting in the work to obtain the job. That's really simple shit that you can do. These type of mindsets you have to understand, okay? As someone from the city, you have to be careful because the people who go so hard about this American system and that's not for them, dig into their history, their bio. Because what you're going to find in their bio is more than likely they don't even probably have a family that is a fucking American family. You have to be careful with that. Anybody who is American, especially a Black American, you know that you have opportunity. You have beautiful opportunity to get a work visa and go to another country and live in an American jurisdiction area in that country and take your ass to school. You as an American can apply for the military, the Air Force, the Navy, and get job opportunity and school opportunities. So what do you mean the system is not for us?
You know, Mr. D. Whitman, you know, you want to call them that, or them folks, they don't understand what just happened. Y'all remember when they could have gotten free health care, but because Black folks was going to get it, they didn't want it?
Yes.
They could have had free education, but because Black folks would have got it, they didn't want it. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing here. They put Trump in to get rid of affirmative action. They didn't realize he was going to get rid of consumer protection. They didn't realize he was going to get rid of FDIC. They didn't realize he was going to stop financing the schools. They didn't realize all these things. And so what's happening is because he knew that they would allow him to do this to Black folks, right? Which is why they say DEI, because they think it's Black folks. They didn't realize that they're affected the most. That they allowed him to do something that they never would have allowed him to do, which is to become a dictator and take over this country because he was going to stick it to the Black man. Right?
Exactly.
And so now it's coming back. The pit that they dug, they're about to fall in, and I'm all for it. But as far as us showing, because you know how they all wanted us to participate, like the Mexicans, we're the Black folks, right? Because they know we got influence. They're going to find out we got economic influence too, right? But I'm not looking personally. I'm not looking to save this place. I'm looking to get out. And I know some people hate that. Oh, I ain't going to Africa for nobody. Okay, well, you stay here.
This is why you stay away from people who think like this. They're not leaving to get education. They're not leaving. They're not learning another language to go to somewhere else. They're not leaving to become philosophers or teachers or professors. These people are just not wanting the responsibility of adulting. That's what it is. I don't want to adult. I don't want to have to deal with this American way of life. I'd rather go somewhere that is less than America. I'd rather go somewhere where we don't have to have hot water and electricity. I'd rather go somewhere where we barely have to wear clothes. This is all an escapism way of mind. And you have to be careful with this shit. This will fuck you up.
You know, I'm planning my way out, but that's my feeling on it.
Exactly. Like you have people in the comment section, like this person here, I think, what does it say? Florida native. It says that Trump isn't against us. You see, the problem that we have is that we don't have unity. The problem that we have is that I get that we're not a monolith and we all have our own ideas. But the problem is that some people are so comfortable in the system, that's all they know, that they think that participating in something that disrupts the system is actually not beneficial to them. And
see, that's the key, Sister Shonda, disrupting the system. We don't really care about DEI. We care about disrupting the system.
Now we talking.
That's
now
all.
we talking.
I mean, come on. At the end of the day, for me, I'm like, okay.
How are y'all disrupting a system? When the system was set up for you. Everything that you have was set up in this system, from Section 8 to welfare is really workfare, to work first programs, workforce programs, what's called work first now. The system is set up for you. So how are you trying to dismantle it? What other plans do you have? Are you rich?
If something is useful for us, when we know that our economy is being the most impacted. Yes, we know the DEI. I'm the one who said this about 2-3 weeks ago on my channel. We know that everything that went down with what Trump did with the civil rights laws and how he tried to use that against us, it's never been for us. None of this system has been for us. It's all been symbolic. But at the same time, our real dollars are really being impacted by the system, by the corporations that have decided that they want to penalize us, because when they're saying DEI, they're talking about us for our mere existence. And so that's the problem that I have. Disrupt the system. And if you disrupt the system with this one day as a collective, then they're going to understand and they're going to be able to recognize that there is power among us. But if we can't even get on code for one day,
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, I mean, I've been waiting for something to happen where our so-called Democrat-only minded Israelite community would be triggered, right? Because as long as they were getting their little liberal candidate, they were fine, no matter what iniquity they were sowing throughout the community.
I never met anybody who was Hebrew Israelite, who was Nuwabian hardcore, who was religious hardcore, who is religious hardcore, that was not using the system to live. And if they really had money, they really had their life together, they ain't really fuck with that shit like that. They ain't even believe in all that shit. If they really had their shit together, they would use everybody for donations and pretend they didn't have money. That's the type of shit they did.
No matter what they were teaching their children in school, all the, trans this and alphabet this, right? They were letting our kids be educated in a non-biblical way. They didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. Now we get Trump in office, and now they on fire. They hot. Look, I don't care what triggered you. I want to see you do something now in unity instead of going with the status quo, being a liberal Democrat, letting everything go to hell in a handbasket and not caring about it. Exactly. And I'm like, they've been doing this. Our people just stuck on Democrat. And I'm like, I'm not Democrat or Republican. I know the both wings are for the same bird, and that bird wants to eat the Israelites. So that I understand. They don't. Now they're in a situation where
y'all better not talk too much, because if Ansar Allah is labeled as a terrorist group, you Hebrew Israelites will be next.
Where they're triggered, and now
and on top of that, traveling to certain Muslim countries has been banned.
guess what? We got a common goal. We want to do something in unity. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for unity. And getting together and showing our economic power is unity. Right now, hopefully, those so-called ultra-liberal democratic people that we have, because they just, I mean, I got them in my family. They just stuck on Democrat. It don't matter who's in office. I'm like, what? We can't benefit from that kind of thing. Our children are going to be corrupted every year as long as we let people with poor morals run our country. So I'm like, now they're mad. Maybe we could do something together. Maybe we can get organized and have a common goal. And this is a start where we can say, hey, you know, let's show them the power of our financial block.
I agree. And this is a tangible way to show it, because oftentimes when it comes to our community, and y'all know, and then I'm going to get the other panel members, I'm going to get your opinions, but y'all know there's so many times people will say, so what's the plan? So what's the plan? So what we doing? What's the plan? And we are trying to say, okay, this thing is in stages. Everything happens in stages. But the first part of the plan is getting the mindset to shift, where you're not so tied into the system that you can't leave the system behind when Yahuwah calls you into the wilderness. We don't want to repeat what our ancestors did when they finally made it out of Egypt. They get into the wilderness, and what's the first thing they start thinking about? They start thinking about the leeks and the melons. Oh man.
Don't know. You need white supremacy. Hello? Do you hear the fantasy? I feel like I'm at Disney World right now. Any of y'all been to Disney World? I've been twice. Could have went 3 times. I didn't go. Can go this year if I want to. Don't really want to go. I feel like I'm on a Disney World ride right now. Build your own community. Build your own Hebrew Israelite community. Get the funding for your Hebrew Israelite community. Build a whole fucking thing with your Hebrew Israelite community like the Mormons did. They don't have the brain. They don't have the brain power, yo. They just don't. She talk about this shit sound retarded. Here's what I say. If Donald Trump can hear me out here, sign executive order and say the Hebrew Israelite is a fucking terrorist group. They're talking about dismantling the system. They're talking about they don't need the system. They're talking about how they want to go to Africa. Label them as a terrorist group. How about that? Do that for me, Donald Trump. Do that for all of us.
I want to go back to Egypt because there was some good leeks and there was some good melons. Our people, whether we want to admit it or not, we don't want to disrupt collectively Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, all of these companies that we're taking and consuming from. But the question is, why not? And I'm not talking about the Israelite community. I'm talking about as a collective of Black people. Why not? Why wouldn't we want to disrupt those corporations? Because when we know that those corporations actually hold the key to our bondage. I don't understand it. Brother Lorvins, let me get your take, and then I'm going to get Sean Judah.
When you have money, you buy things. And when you get smarter with your money, there are things you just do not consume anymore. But depending on your life and your lifestyle, you're going to buy things. I bought a yoga mat. I bought a thing to stretch my body out. I bought the stone, the yoga stone. Soon I'm going to buy a weightlifting section in my home. I have a workout machine in my back room. I host radio. I'm also a writer. So I get notebooks, and these things are not expensive depending on how I want to spend on it. So you invest into whatever your lifestyle is. And when you get to a certain age and you start holding on to your money, you start spending your money a lot more smarter. So therefore you start consuming certain things. You're like, do I need this? No, I really don't need this. Do I need this? No, I really don't need this. It's real smart. Also, places like Best Buy and Walmart, and these places also give people an opportunity to have a job, depending on what they go to school for. See, you see how they don't think? You can't dismantle a system if you don't have a system in place to build. But go back to Africa, a country where you don't speak their language, where they speak multiple languages in Africa, a country you don't know nothing about their culture, a country that is colonized like a motherfucker, a country of people who see you separate than them. What are you going to get from this? Do you hear how stupid this is?
Because he is out of the UK.
All right. Well, it's obviously it's a very heavy topic that's going on right now with the DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion.
And what's crazy about this DEI shit is, if you had your job for a while, you're not a DEI hire. A lot of these people who got cut off from the federal jobs, they were in the start. They were getting in the door. They were in the training program. These were the people that were sitting their ass at home working. Okay, if you pay attention to the people who they cut off, you have to pay attention to the people the people who actually was inside the building working. Those people did not get cut off. I did not hear nobody who was inside the building working. It was like, I was working from home, I was in the training program, and I had an opportunity. I really wanted this job. That's what everybody said. Go look.
We know, of course, the way they framed this thing, and it affects 4 parts of what they call the 4 pillars, right? Which basically will affect like education or educational growth, which really deals with professional development, training, and hiring practices. You got where it affects the classrooms, or they call it the climate, which is code word for culture. And then it affects students and how they belong, which has a lot to do with identity. And then it has a lot to do with the community aspect and how much they want parents or guardians to be able to educate, how much involvement they want the community to be with the children. So with all of that says, we are the foundation, or why they come up with all of these different policies. Now I look at this.
The title since this man has been in office is FBA. You are a foundational Black American. They need to take away the term African American. I want that to go away. Is there a way that I can write to the president and tell him that let's take away, I can write something very good and tell him why we should take away the term African American. Foundational Black American is the proper way of referring to us, even if we have a Caribbean background, okay? Foundation, Caribbean or Hispanic or Latin background. Foundational Black American. That stands as a very strong title. So that means as a foundational Black American, I have perks in this system. I should have perks in the system, because that means my ancestors are a part of building this system. They are part of being with white supremacy and building it off of the backs of my ancestors' free labor, or maybe not, because everybody wasn't slaves. I mean, slavery was there, but we know that there were some people who were free, if you know your ancestry that deep. So we should embrace being foundational Black Americans. Just like anybody who's an immigrant that have their paperwork and they are now documented American citizens from whatever country they're from, they should stand in that. This is a part of what he's talking about, making America great. It's about putting America first. But y'all keep wanting to run because y'all don't want to adult. Y'all are on Section 8. Y'all are receiving the white man's money and his benefits. And that is just what the truth is. Y'all are still making children y'all can't afford in this economy. And this is the problem. And this is why y'all want to flee off to Africa. Y'all don't want to adult. Y'all need to sign an executive order and say that the Hebrew Israelite is a terrorist.
From a broader sense, prophetically, that we are in a country that we were brought in, whereas in captivity, right? Which is a land that don't belong to us. And I know others feel differently, but this is my view. I look at it from a broader sense. This country or this land or the government structures.
When I pay for my place that I live at, this is where I live. When I renew my lease to the place that I live at, that's the rights to where I live. But I have stipulations. So therefore, I ask my landlord, can I do this to my apartment? Am I allowed to do this? No, you can't do that, but you can lay down a carpet. Yes, we can fix that for you. Yes, you can build a garden, but this is how you have to keep your garden. It is still mine. It's still what I paid for, as long as I follow the rules to be there. And why y'all keep talking about land? If you have the money, you have the business sense, you can go out here and buy land. Don't y'all always talk about it? You can go build what you need to build. Whatever it is that you want to do in life, you can go do it. The thing is, you have to plan out your business plan of how much money it's going to take to do it, or how much of a loan you need to get to do it. There is a site called Small Business Loans. Okay? SBA, Small Business Association, something like that. I think I still got that site up somewhere on my tabs, where you can request for small business loans, or go to the bank and get something bigger if you qualify. Whatever it is that you want to do and obtain, you can start somewhere with it. I'll make my decision of where I want to go hosting radio, or if I want to go another route with what I've been doing. I'll make my decision. Okay? This stuff is not as hard as everybody's trying to make it out to be. You just have to have the finances. If y'all are all Hebrew Israelites, y'all are a community, correct? So therefore, as a community of people, just like the Mormons, y'all come together and y'all build something. Y'all come together and decide, meaning all come together, meaning it's a whole, whoever's the leader of the Hebrew Israelite, whatever that elder is, or whoever that person is, because most of the time when you run something, there's a president, there's a vice president, there's a recorder, there's a treasurer. Every business runs like that. And whatever other positions that everybody has. As Hebrew Israelites, y'all all come together throughout the United States, or if y'all, I will say in the United States or whatever, and decide, hey, how much money do we have to put together in order to build this? And whatever you want to build, get somebody who's in architecture to sketch out what it is that the vision is. See how much acres of land that you need, where you can go. There's whole ghost towns out here, people. There are ghost towns out here. Can you go to a ghost town and build it up? Talk to their government, whatever you may have, or just build it. Don't even ask nobody nothing. Just go to the banks, do what you need to do, and make a decision and build it. And then do a bylaws for what's the bylaws for living here. Very simple, right? But how did I think of that? Because of my intelligence, because of my experience. But see, they don't have the brain capacity to do it. And it tells by the way that they speak. They don't have it.
Falling apart. Because this was never really much of a concern just years ago. So now it's a concern because they are losing power. They are feeling the effects, and the Most High has confounded them. And now they're fighting.
I tell y'all something, all these videos that you see with these Caucasians talking to you and saying that the Black people are going to be in power and that the Black people are going to run things, I need y'all to ignore that. And I'm going to tell you why. That's manipulation to coddle you and keep you where you are. To make you sit back and think that something is going to happen that's never going to happen. Okay, mark my words on that. The true power is in yourself and what you choose to do with it and how you choose to live it and what you choose to do with your life. That's true power. And if you're going to gather with people then you do what you need to do to gather with those people. If you're building a business, if you need to go get a book to help you learn how to do it, you do what you need to do to learn what you need to learn. You go back in your history, or you go into people who own businesses and who done it and see how they done it. Do you know how many people, anybody in any position like this, whether we are like talking to people on a microphone or anything, a lot of time we are writers. You know what I'm saying? We are writing, we are readers, because readers and writers, we like to share what we read and write. That's just something that's a part of everything that is the making of us. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers right here, these niggas don't read all motherfucking right. All they read is that Hebrew Israelite book that they got. This ain't the answer, y'all. Stop listening to this shit. Go indulge in dark psychology books. Go listen to dark psychology books, because it teaches you about this type of shit. The newest book they have is about the smile. The dark psychology behind fake kindness. The predator smile. Look at this. Look at these titles here. This is what you need to be indulging in and understanding. CIA secret mind controls. Seduction. All of these different things. Emotional puppet. Stop being people's emotional puppet. Stop hoping for something. Nothing's going to happen for Black culture but what is happening right now. Black culture cannot dismantle a goddamn thing because they have no system to build after they dismantle it, when they need the system that is built. No, you don't need to flee to another country. If you're going in to learn a language, work visa, whatever, that's perfect. But you don't need to be fleeing to another country. For fucking what? Your mind. You should be building your mind and your intelligence. And that is all, people. That is all. Thank you for tuning in to V314 Bad Bitch Craft Radio.